Hello again, everybody. We are back here on our competitive multiplayer, just cruising along, getting the work done that we were working on last time around. Um, the three trailers are almost full. I didn't think this field would yield that well, considering that it's full of weeds. I mean, look at that. That's a lot of weeds. But it is yielding that well, so we're gonna deal with it. But yeah, as soon as the truck is full, we will be running it down to empty at the, pardon me, the designated sale point for this contract. And we're just going to leave that guy right there out of the way. That'll be the last thing we do. We're just going to stack the bales around the edge of the field close to wherever we picked them up at. We're not going to... Oh, accidentally put that on the ground. We're not going to go hog wild trying to put them all in one place even, because right now we don't have anything to collect them with. Our three trailers are configured for grain boxes, not for flatbeds. So, yes. But at any rate, I'm going to crack on with this, and I will come back to you guys when we move on to our next job or something really interesting happens. Well, it had to go and start raining on us. And we've already burned over half of our day just finishing up that field. The downsides of small equipment. I have not checked on good old Franz there recently. Oops. Eyes on the road, not on the worker list. For those of you who are curious what I'm talking about, this list down in the left, bottom left there, right above the mini-map, that's a mod called Simple Inspector. It lists all of your active equipment. So anything that's running, including the tractor with the baler that I left running, even though no workers in it. So you can see the top one there, if you can read it, is Franz, an AI worker, driving the Massey Ferguson 1250 Turbo. He is pulling a roller and rolling field 24 at the moment. And that is going to take him a long time with the roller that he has. Because I screwed up. I had meant to put in the tandem bars that would let me pull 3 of those rollers at once, and I didn't do it. And I won't have a chance for this episode, obviously, because we're already doing it. And I won't have a chance for the next one either, because this is a, well, all of our sessions pretty much, we try to record 2 episodes. Just due to the limited nature of time that we have, where we're both available. I have not seen Richard. I think he's concentrating pretty heavily on his forestry, because that's how he decided to start. And we don't really have anywhere that we can drive past him unless we're going out to a sale point that's past him. Which I was not planning on doing anytime soon. But I don't know, because I don't know where this other sale point for the other harvesting contract that we can't even work on right now is at. Alright. Well, we're about to find out, because we're going to take this load of oats, what's left, over to the sale point for the other contract, dump it in. So what is left? Quite a lot, I believe. But where's that other sale point? It was Green Brothers, right? Old Green Grain Brothers. I can't hit complete on that yet because I need to keep that within this session. All right. Oh, it's literally right across the street. Ha! That is great. What the? Well, that was very random. I don't know what caused that. I am having some problems with my Logitech steering wheel. So that might be what caused the problem. None of the buttons on the steering wheel are working right now, so I'm using the keyboard for all the things that I normally use steering wheel buttons for. But the steering wheel itself still steers. It works just fine. Alright, so we are going to have to bring a very minimal amount back up here. I was hoping to avoid that, but whatever. Because then we're going to sell the leftovers wherever it is most profitable. I'm kind of hoping it's on the barge, but I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Of course, with the rain, it's pretty much just rolling and doing that baling. So we will do that. All right, I will see you guys when I'm back in the tractor doing the baling. All right, and we're back over here clogging up our baler. But can't leave this extra money laying on the field. What is our front loader attachment doing? It didn't like being tilted all the way back, apparently. Our equipment is horrendously filthy. Horrendously. I can't remember if we got a pressure washer back at the farm or not. I know I set up a workbench and a fuel point, but I don't remember setting up a pressure washer. Which is fine. That's easy enough to correct. I kind of wish I was doing this in real life right now. I'd really like to get a small old baler, like an old Massey Ferguson 12 or something like that. I think that it was a 12 is the model. Or maybe that was the model of the garden tractor. Oh boy, I've been looking at so much Massey Ferguson stuff lately, I can't remember. Oh. Yeah, okay, so like the 200 series, I had to look it up. So like a 208, something like that, I could pull behind, you know, old-fashioned small square baler that I could pull behind my Super H. So it doesn't have to be a Massey Ferguson one. That's just one that I looked at recently. You know, John Deere, International. As long as it works halfway decent, right? I mean, that's the thing. It's always the thing. Does it work? And I'm not confident I would be able to do any major repairs to a baler because I don't really know how they work inside. Of course, if you get the book, and it's the right book, and the company did a good job making the book, you can fix anything on them if you can get parts. Right? That's the biggest hardship. It's getting parts. Well, we're down to about 5 hours left in our day here. Yep. Fun times. So I recently made a decision that will affect my farm sim content, I hope, in a positive way. I have been a member of several model railroad groups locally, and that takes up a lot of time going to the events and stuff. I've decided to leave one of those groups and really leave all of them but one and free up quite a lot of time that way. Um, like 30 plus hours worth of time. So there's a lot of reasons for that, but I just wasn't as fun as it used to be. Too many changes since COVID, and not a fan of most of them. So I just decided it was time for me to move on and spend my time on things I do enjoy still, like playing Farm Sim and working on the old farm wall. So hopefully for you guys, more content coming. And now that the weather's turning nice, there will be more doggy content too. They're all three sleeping, the big ones, sleeping next to me right now. Ooh, ooh, the rain has stopped. Let's get a worker going on this smaller field over here. Oh, pardon me. All right. That's great. Sit back over to this guy is gonna be here forever. It's not even his last headland yet. All right, back to this. So yeah, that's my news anyway. I'm a little bit sad about it. I've been doing it for 10 years. That group, other than the couple years we were shut down for COVID, and yeah. But sometimes it's just time to move on, right? And that's where I'm at. So all of the stuff that I have that belongs to that group, I'm getting it around to return because I did a lot of like locomotive maintenance and stuff for that group, um, and that's kind of part of what has reduced the enjoyment for me. I volunteer my time to do that maintenance, but I'm not paying out of pocket for the parts, and the parts have not been getting purchased. I am sitting on, I don't know, 40, 50 projects that some of them I've had sitting for a couple of years now, um, and I'm just not getting the parts. So they're not getting done, and I don't think people realize it. I don't think they care enough, and that's part of why it's time for me to move on. So yeah, like I said, it's a little bit sad, but in the long run, I think it'll be a good thing for me. Alrighty. Well, I am gonna finish this last row here and take the baler back to the farm. I'm gonna do that completely off camera, and I'll see you guys when I get down there. I'll probably be taking over from the harvester. See you in a bit. Alright, we got the baler back to the farm. We're gonna run over here past our mint marshmallows and jump in the combine. Finish it up ourselves. There's a couple advantages to doing that. One, we can just drive to the truck to unload, and two, of course, we save the money. I don't think I'm going to grab the straw off this field. It's just not worth it. It's too small, and it's too time consuming of a job, unfortunately. Come on, run, catch the combine, run. Hey, buddy, hey, buddy. All right, put our header back down, turn it on, and let's go. So, what do you guys think of this series so far? Are you enjoying it? I mean, I hope so. Are you watching both Richard and I? I also hope so. We are purposefully recording this ahead so that we can't track what each other is doing. Um, I mean, the only way for us to figure out what the other guy is really doing is to go and watch them. Whoops. And I don't mean, their video. I mean, like, go and watch them work, which then you're not getting your own work done. I mean, I could do it by running the whole manage the workers thing instead of doing jobs myself, but where's the fun in that? I don't really care what he's doing. We're just doing this to have fun. I might win, he might win, and it doesn't matter as long as we're enjoying doing it. But I have thought of some things that I'm going to talk to him about uh, between sessions where we can add a little more excitement, um, at least every few episodes. Something a little more competitive for the competitive. uh, yeah, basically like dirt bike races. So in the time lapse earlier, yeah, I forgot to circle back to that. I went a little snow runner esque, jumping off cliffs with the truck to go unload it and stuff, and it didn't really matter. Still took a long time to get over there. Combine was over halfway full by the time we got there. Um, and then I took a different route back to see if it would be any better. And it's twisty, turny up mountains, and it's the up mountains part, that steep grade upwards, that was the problem. Um, so yeah, but that gave me the idea. Well, why don't we get some dirt bikes or something and do some racing during an episode or two? And then, during other episodes, we could do other challenges. And what we would do is set monetary bonuses for whoever wins the challenges. So, like 100K for every time you win, or something like that. And it would, spice the series up a little bit more. Plus, give someone a little necessary injection of cash. And who knows? That could be the difference between winning and losing, right? I mean, it's all down to who's going to have the most money at the end. And that, you never know. The 100K could be the amount of money there that tips you over if you won more of the challenges. I don't know, just something I've been thinking about, and I'll be chatting with Richard between sessions about. Gotta have fun, right? Back to what I was saying earlier about why I'm quitting my model railroad groups, other than one of them. I'm just not enjoying it anymore, so spend my energy on this, something I do still enjoy greatly, and I hope that doesn't change. This at least stays fresh because things are constantly constantly coming out, right? You get new mods. We expect there's probably going to be a new version of the game drop this fall. Um, and, first new mods for the new game. All those sorts of things. I guess I have similar in the model railroad world in that we, get new models released and stuff, but I don't need to be part of a club or a group to do that. That I can do entirely on my own. And I'm not giving up my model railroading. No, not by any stretch. I do still enjoy it in general. I just no longer enjoy being part of those groups. Eh. As Mr. Sealy P talks about, and if you don't watch him, you should. Shameless plug for one of my favorite farm sim YouTubers. But as he always talks about, mental health is important, and sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do for your own mental health. He has this little thing. Um, he doesn't do it every video, but frequently, where he talks about how he's doing as a number out of 100, with 100 being the best and one being absolutely positively the worst day of your life kind of situation. Um, and it's funny, but he does make me think about that when I'm watching him. And it's like, how am I feeling? Right? How am I today? Well, today in particular, surprisingly enough, I'm probably a 90. Maybe a little less, but I'm feeling quite a lot of relief about this decision. And that really is what tells me that it was definitely time to go. Because if you feel relief at leaving, you stayed too long. Yep. So there's my deep thoughts for the day. All right, I'll quit rambling on now, and we'll just get some work done. So as I just mentioned to Richard in the in-game chat there, it's almost 9 p.m., which is our cutoff time. We're running 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And I'm not quite gonna get this episode done, it looks like. Or, I mean, this field done for this episode, it looks like. Alright. I will see you guys on the next one, which for Richard and I is shortly. It's after a 15-minute break. Thank you all for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next one.